Back in the late 1920s, Eben Byers was living the dream. Rich, good-looking, a golf champ. He had it all. But you know how it goes. Sometimes life's perfect story takes a dark turn. So here's what happened. In 1927, Eben hurts his arm on a train ride. Nothing crazy, just a minor injury. But then his doctor recommends this new miracle product everyone's raving about, Radithor. It's basically water infused with radium. Yeah, radioactive radium. Back then they swore it was the secret to energy, health, and even immortality. Eben, he buys into the hype, starts drinking it every single day, a bottle in the morning, another at night. He's feeling good, energized, even better than ever. So naturally, he ups the dosage. By the time anyone realizes something's wrong, he's downed over 1,400 bottles. But here's the twist. That miracle water, it was killing him, slowly, painfully. His jaw started falling apart. Literally, his bones were disintegrating from the inside. By the end, he could barely move. The rich, handsome golf champ was unrecognizable. Eben died in 1932, and his story became a wake-up call for the world. Radithor wasn't a miracle, it was a death sentence. His case helped expose the dangers of unregulated health products. So next time someone promises you a miracle cure, maybe think twice. Back in 1989, this Japanese guy named Naoyuki Kano just vanishes in this small town called Miyakoji. A few days later, they find him, but not where you'd expect. They find his body in a freaking sewage tank, right next to a school teacher's house. She noticed something weird with her toilet, looked in, and there's a leg sticking out of the tank. Turns out he died from hypothermia, freezing to death in there. But the weirdest part? He was almost completely naked, with his jacket wrapped up around his chest. So, what was he doing in there? Some say he might have been spying and fell in by accident. Others think he was high on something, doing who knows what. But here's where it gets really interesting. Naoyuki was actually against nuclear power and was calling out some local politicians for corruption. Could he have been chased or even silenced? To this day, nobody knows what really happened to Naoyuki Kano. One night in June 1972, something unnatural walked into Cedars-Sinai Hospital in LA. A woman, dressed in a blood-stained hospital gown, entered silently. Her face was eerie, completely blank, like a mannequin. Narrow eyes, short black hair, and a gaze that seemed to pierce right through you. The staff, uneasy and unsure, led her to an exam room. But before anyone could react, she did something disturbing. She opened her mouth and calmly pulled out a lifeless kitten, dropping it to the floor without a single expression. As the head doctor approached with a sedative, stunned, asked her, "What are you?" She leaned in, her voice barely a whisper as she replied, "I am God." Chaos broke out as she attacked the staff with an unnatural strength, leaving the hospital in disarray. By the time security arrived, she had vanished without a trace. Ever since that night, she's been known only as the Expressionless. One dark night, a YouTuber known for exploring creepy abandoned places was checking out an old run-down Westinghouse power plant. While he was exploring, he heard gunshots coming from a nearby area.
Somebody's shooting.
As he continued to explore the building, he started hearing something strange, like there was someone else in the building with him. Suddenly, as he walked, he found empty bullet casings scattered on the floor. But that wasn't the creepy part. When Chris stepped into one of the rooms, he froze. There, a person sitting in the corner of the room. Chris tried talking to him.
"You need some help, bro?"
But the guy didn't move. Feeling his heart race, Chris knew his breathing was getting louder, so he decided to leave, feeling a chill running down his spine. But after a few minutes, he thought, maybe I should go back and help him. When he returned to the room, the person was gone. The room was empty. On November 13th, 1985, everything was chill in the town of Armero, Colombia. Then, out of nowhere, everything flipped. A massive volcanic eruption caused a huge mudslide, burying everything under tons of snow and debris. And right in the middle of all this chaos was a girl named Omaira Sanchez, just 13 years old, trapped under the rubble. Can you believe it? She was stuck there for over 60 hours, fighting to stay alive. While Omaira was stuck, rescuers were busting their butts trying to reach her. Every minute felt like a lifetime for her. Just imagine how scared she must have felt, trapped in the dark, surrounded by snow, and no one could hear her. Her story started spreading, and soon everyone was talking about it. Cameras showed up to capture every moment, and people were praying for her. But sadly, all those efforts didn't pan out. After all that fighting, Omaira passed away, leaving behind a heartbreaking story.